What's up, everybody? It's your girl TJ. Thank you again for watching Talks with TJ. Always be sure to hit the subscribe button, and if you want to get notifications as well about new videos that I drop, go ahead and hit that bell. Now, this is going to be a little bit of a different video simply because we're going to go a little bit off path in terms of talking about my ebook. That's what I've kind of been talking about in my budget videos. And I wanted to do something different because, as you guys may know, if you follow me on Instagram or Twitter, which my handles are @FitJeterGirl for both of them, you'll know that I'm very much into fitness, a fit lifestyle. I work out about 6 days a week between lifting, running, calisthenics. I make sure that I stay active and I stay fit. Now, to me, personally, fitness and finances and sneakers, of course, are three of my passions. I absolutely love them. I can go on about them for hours, but there actually happens to be a pretty close parallel between fitness and finances, and I'm not sure if a lot of people actually know that or pay too much attention to it, so I wanted to go ahead and draw some attention to it for you. Now, if you're very much so, let's say, into fitness, but maybe budgeting and money management happens to be a little bit of a sour point for you in your life and you want to do better about that, maybe this will help it make a little bit more sense, and vice versa. If you were just really into budgeting and you got it all together, but then you look at fitness and you're like, dude, there's no way, like the fat loss thing, the working out, I can't seem to get those two to work out together. Well, no pun intended there. But when you think about it, if you can manage your money well, you have the tools and you have what it takes to be able to, really take control of your lifestyle in terms of a fit way, and vice versa. So we're gonna see how those two parallel each other. Now, I'm gonna do 12 actual comparisons, but they're gonna be split up in 4 different videos, and each video will go over 3 concepts. So this is gonna be the very first one, and as you can see by the title, we're gonna be talking about calories, expenses. We're gonna talk about quite a bit. Okay, so that's what we want to get into today. The very first one we're going to get into has to do with calories in, calories out, expenses, and income. How do those actually go together? Think about calories in versus calories out. So calories in, of course, is what you are consuming. That's what you're taking into your body. Well, think of that as your income. You're bringing income into your household. You're bringing income into, let's say, an actual income statement. That's what you're doing. Think of calories out in terms of expenses. So calories out means how much your body is actually expending in terms of energy, your movement. What are you doing during the day? When you're working out, when you're walking, you burn calories even just sitting down doing absolutely nothing. Well, your expenses are exactly the same way. When you are sending money out of your home, whether it be for bills, whether it be for debt payments, anything, expenses going outside, we're going to think of that as calories out. So do you guys, see how that's how these comparisons are going to go, just to help keep you on track. I know maybe if you are, like I said, really good in fitness or really good in finances, and you're trying to bring the two together so that you can, literally just succeed at both, we're just going to try to make those comparisons today. The second concept, when it comes to trying to either lose body fat or we're trying to, let's say, clean up our budget and cut some expenses, those can be thought of the exact same way. When you are trying to lose body fat, and first off, I'm not a personal trainer, I'm not a certified personal trainer, okay? But this is just some things that I know simply from being active, being fit, and having lost weight myself. My highest that I was actually at a few years ago was 146, and I was able to go down about 2 summers ago all the way down to 120, but I've built some of that back up and muscle. So if anyone is ever curious, I'm actually 5'6", sitting at 126 right now. Anyway, besides the point. So if you are trying to lose body fat, right, you want to, totally go ahead and just transform yourself. Well, the best way to usually do that, the common sense, we're back to calories in, calories out. Are you eating in a caloric deficit? Now, it's not necessary, let's say, for everyone to track their calories, but when people are trying to deliberately lose body fat, it is a good idea for them to go ahead and maybe keep track of their calories, simply because you want to know how many calories are you taking in for your body weight to stay exactly the same, because you want to eat less than that amount so that your body can actually start to lose body fat. It's called a caloric deficit. You're eating less than what you would to actually maintain the current weight that you're at. Now, once again, not a trainer, but common sense tells you, please don't do this at a drastic rate. You want this to happen gradually and sustainably. You want to be able to continue to do it and not have your body suffer and lose as much muscle mass as possible. That's just common sense. That's how that works. When it comes to your expenses and you're trying to, let's say, make more room in your budget, you can go ahead and cut expenses. Now, these expenses can be a number of things. You can, cut your overpriced cable and opt for cheaper streaming services. You can choose to maybe eat out only twice a month versus eating out every other week if it's really hindering the things that you want to do with your money, maybe, in terms of getting out of debt or saving or just better managing how you're actually spending your money. So, caloric deficit helps you lose body fat, and cutting expenses can help increase your cash flow. Second concept for this video. Third one that we're going to go over in this, when it comes to either dieting, a lot of times you hear the clean way. That's that's how you need to go ahead and get super defined, super lean, super shredded. You go ahead and you eat clean and kind of the bro diet. So you have your beans, not beans and rice, but you have your chicken and rice, you have your steak and rice, you have only veggies and let's say some fruit, and you stay away from all processed foods and you don't eat out and things like that. And some people think that is the only possible way that you can actually lose body fat and attain this lean physique, and personally to me, it's a load of crap. I tried it at first. I'm not a fan of just the bro diet. I like to mix things in. I like to enjoy life. I like to be able to go out. I mean, you see my shirt and it's pretty fun. Body by pizza. Okay, no, my body is not 100% by pizza, right? You can see my arms that are active, just when I flex. You can see that, yes, I work out. Yes, I do eat well, but I also make sure that I indulge. I mean, I eat pizza every single weekend, okay? You need to be able to live life. You need to be able to enjoy it. So I don't think that you have to live just this bro diet to be able to attain a lean physique or the body that you want. Now, vice versa, a lot of people think that when you are trying to, get out of debt with vigor and enthusiasm, you need to be, and I'm going to go ahead and use some Dave Ramsey terms and pick on them, even though I love them, gazelle and sand. So you need to be eating on beans and rice, and you need to never go out and never go to the movie and never go out to eat unless you're working in that restaurant trying to make extra income. You never treat yourself, you never do anything like that. And a lot of people think that is the only way that you can go ahead and get out of debt. And, once again, I don't believe that. If you have seen previous videos of mine, you know that I did a video on why I wrote a free budget ebook, and I talk about set budgeting. I talk about the fact that I think in the midst of, getting out of debt, I think you should be saving. I think you should be making extra debt payments. And then I think that you should treat yourself. It goes back to basic human behavior. That's something that we actually need to go ahead and do. History probably lets you know that if you totally deprive yourself, let's say of Oreos, if that is your thing on a diet, and you're doing really well for a little bit, and then you slip up and you have that one Oreo, and the whole pack is gone, you have no idea what happened, and you're taking absolutely zero responsibility for it. Not the way to do it, okay? It sucks, and I wouldn't recommend it, quite personally, okay? So, just feeling that you have to eat just on a bro diet to be able to lean out in terms of fitness, or thinking that you have to eat just, live on just beans and rice and the basic needs and never, ever fulfill any wants, I think that's kind of dumb, too. That's just, don't hate me if you do feel that way, but just my thoughts. I still eat and enjoy the things that I do, and it doesn't necessarily have to do with me eating kale or quinoa. I don't eat either of those at all. It doesn't have to do also with me never shopping. You guys see shopping hauls that I go on. They're worked into my budget, just like, me putting extra money towards paying off the car for next month. That's done as well. That was done today. So don't ever think that it has to be just that way. Those are 3 concepts that were the first 3 that we're going to go over of the 12. I'm going to try to keep these videos a little bit shorter if I can, so hopefully you will tune into the very next video where we'll go over the next 3 concepts of fitness versus finances and how they are just alike.